Brooks, the local nature reserve. The Three Brooks in the spring is a place to behold. The sparkling sunshine framed in the soft blue sky brings out the majestic beauty of the glorious nature it holds. The Three Brooks is a place like no other. The creatures it provides home to are among some of the rarest, such as the great crested newts. The Three Brooks is a place full of flowers and plants, such as wild garlic flowers and celandines. It even holds wild strawberry plants, which we found in one of its many woods. The Three Brooks is a place which is filled with the sound of laughter and the gentle gurgle of the river as it trickles down towards the pond. The Three Brooks is a place where greedy ducks eagerly anticipate the delights of little children and their parents, throwing chunks of bread into the water. The bread which disappears underneath the dark water of the pond are snatched up by the rats who lurk there in hope of a crust.
EST Earth Week. We will stand and march as a band. We are not alone, we are part of something much bigger. People in power ignore what the decaying world has become. We must act quicker. But us, the younger generation, will not stand by this any longer. We should not have to clean up what this world has become. Let's make noise, be stronger. We herald the desire to stop this world from dying. With our help, Mother Nature will once again be healed, fish swimming, birds flying, and on that day we will look upon our hard work and keep it going, come what may.
I sensed the earth and its changing. Beneath my feet the mud crunched and the ice cracked. Beneath my gloves my hands struggled and tried to keep warm. Beneath my hat my ears froze and listened to the earth. Above my head the sun shone and freckled my face. Above my neck my face sweated and burned in the heat. Above my mouth my nose sniffed and smelt the earth. I sensed the earth and its changing. In winter I stare at the earth, in summer I stare at the earth. It was so cold, freezing, it was so hot, boiling. My window had frozen hard, my window had condensated. Every year I listened, I smelt, I watched, I felt. I sensed the earth beneath my feet, above my head I sensed the earth. I sensed the earth and its changing. I knew what the earth was doing, I knew the earth was reluctant. I knew what the earth felt, but the earth didn't know I knew. The humans of this earth didn't know, and they didn't know I knew. What would happen would happen. I sat there, I stood there, I waited for it to happen. The humans had dug themselves in a hole too deep to come out of. The earth knew and I knew. I sensed the earth and its changing. The humans didn't notice what was underneath their noses. The humans didn't seem to care, but me and my earth did. We couldn't change without their help, and so I sat, I stood and waited. The earth is still changing, I am still sitting, standing. No hope is in my feet, my head. The humans don't care, so neither shall I. Goodbye, dear earth, I sensed your changing.
Leaves swinging from side to side, owners listening to their dog barking. The breeze slowly starts to create a portal. The rain begins to cover the whole earth, misery turning into happiness, picking rubbish from the floor until you hear a bird chirp and suddenly there's a big smile on your face.
Oceans, running water, change is happening. We can make change. Polar bears losing their habitats, glaciers tumbling into the rising levels, plastic filling up large areas of land, ocean life and silent deaths of sea animals. It is up to everybody to help make change. Together we can protect the world we know and love.
Good morning everybody, I'm Alana Ford from 7D and today I am here to speak about Earth Week. Earth Week is a time where we can all unite to admire our wonderful Earth. This may be staring down into oceans deep and wide, seeing all of the secrets of the deep. As you can see, we have two pictures here, one of the globe and one of a famous man called David Attenborough. David Attenborough has a passion for wildlife, and in his new brilliant series, A Perfect Planet, he shows us all of the creatures of the deep and the creatures of land. I would definitely recommend it to you. Admiring our perfect planets may be spending time in our gardens, admiring the beautiful sceneries and the wildlife to be found. Even though we may not realise it, you're able to find small things like varieties of birds and insects in your garden or locally in fields. I would recommend this, as in lockdown this is something that's kept me really happy, and during walks it keeps me quite positive and motivated to let the day go on. My neighbour also has a pond, and if you're lucky enough to have a pond as well as her, you may be able to fish out a few frogs. It's also incredible to see the varieties of birds that fly in. Where we live, we can hear birds humming in the mornings, which is always a very pleasant thing to hear.
In orbit of the sun, a rock floats, 71% water, the rest once green. But now it's decreased because of what we do for no need. Our excuse, we plead, but in reality it's greed. As humans, we want to lead, thinking our acts have guaranteed that we will proceed and succeed. World's beasts, captured, unfreed, believing we are the superior species experimenting on animals, making them bleed. Those poor beasts, they never agreed, taking nature from this planet as a gift we received. But one day, when we are old and can barely breathe, that day we cry out loud and convene to bring back nature and once again make our planet green.
The earth gives us knowledge, the earth gives us kindness, the earth keeps us living, through every day we find ourselves living. Yet when we step into it, we somehow seem to litter it with everything we leave behind. We scatter it with ashes of our greenhouse gases, leaving it to fight for itself. But if we turn back and help it, and we never ever quit, we could save it once and for all. Because every day we are learning, but our weakened earth is burning, and extinction comes to what once roamed the land.
Environmental health is in danger. The environment has been severely damaged by our persistent, unacceptable attitude towards it. Due to our use of non-recyclable waste and use of cars, our environment is on rocky paths. If we continue to use plastic that cannot be used a second time, our landfills will grow bigger and bigger with all the plastic waste, and we will see more landfills towering over us if we pass by. If our consistent use of cars fails to decrease, air pollution will be building up until we'll be breathing dirty air instead of clean air with more oxygen to breathe. If we cut down all trees, we will have less oxygen, as the oxygen provided by the trees is being destroyed so we can have more paper. If we act now, there is a chance we can stop this crisis from becoming any worse. However, if we do not, then our way of life as we know it